Hey guys, it's Kurt and John with Trueshot, and today we'll be reviewing the Taurus GX4 T.O.R.O.
The GX4 was first introduced at SHOT Show 2021, and it brought affordability to the micro-compact market. Not only that, but in the same year, they won both Best New Handgun and Best New Product at NASGW.
In late 2021, Taurus expanded the line of their T.O.R.O. optics plate system to the GX4, and it also comes in a number of different colors. So let's actually break down and see what's in the box. First of all, it comes with this great hard case, and inside we've obviously got a lock. The pistol itself, it comes with an 11 and 13 round mag. It's got an additional back strap as well as an optics plate. And a fun keychain that also doubles as a takedown tool.
Now the first thing you notice on the GX4 is the aggressive texturing on the grip panels. Now it feels just right in the hand, and it doesn't have like that sandpapery feel, but it's aggressive enough that it sticks in there. As you go forward, you got a reversible mag release, and then you also have a flat face trigger. Now that trigger resets at 90, so it makes it easy for quick follow-up shots. As you go higher up on the gun, you've got front and rear slide serrations and that Taurus optic system. Now, the really cool thing that Taurus did on this gun is that the sights are compatible with Glock 43 sights. So the aftermarket for the sights are almost unlimited. Now, you've got interchangeable back straps, like Kurt said in the opening of the box. The two back straps, one will be a 5.8 inches in a grip between the trigger, and then the large is going to be 6.02 inches. Now the other thing that you'll notice that on the mags, they actually put a cutout so they're easy to strip out if they do get stuck. Now before we go any further, let's go ahead and throw it over to specs.
Guys, overall reliability on the GX4 was great. I think we put over 1,200 rounds through this gun, and I think it was at least 8 different manufacturers of 9mm ammo, and it really did. It ran everything fine. We did run into a couple issues here and there with the 13 round mag, but I don't think it's anything that was really, you know, I think some of that might have been break-in, some of that might have just been first time shooting.
Yeah, and reliability wise, like we said, there was 8 different brands. We did 124 grain NATO, we did 115 grain, we did DRZ, ZSR, SAR. We didn't always use just the main brand. There was Blazer in there and things that we do.
Blazer, Ammo Inc.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the nice thing is we ran a ton of different things through it to see how reliable it was, and it ate everything.
Yeah.
Now, like Kurt said, there was that little hiccup with the 13 round magazine. I'm pretty sure it was either break-in or grip. It had something to do with that, but other than that, the gun just ran and ran and ran, and it is one of my favorite guns to shoot.
And that was one of the things that we were doing, and the reason that we had the round count so high was to kind of diagnose that a little bit to figure out, and it did. I think it really did. It worked itself out, and in terms of reliability, I'm very confident in this gun.
Oh, the 100% confidence in carrying this. You know, let's mention this, Kurt, and just looking at it coming out of the box, this doesn't look like a Taurus.
You're right, it doesn't look like, you know, other Tauruses. And what is impressive about the GX4 is they actually brought in engineers from Steyr and Walther to work on this gun, and it really shows.
And this just speaks volumes about Taurus, how they're bringing in design teams and cues from other manufacturers to bring the gun to a more current, modern look. It's got slick lines. It's got the cuts are in the right spots. You've got the beveled front. You've got the extended trigger guard, and we didn't test it, but I'm pretty sure you can get a gloved hand in there. So they really thought of every little thing, all the way up to the undercut. On most microguns, you don't get a really aggressive undercut. This is just right. Like they brought in small design cues, like the memory pad in the front. It's got the same texture as the grip, so you know, and it's a good tactile feel to it, so you know when to put your finger where you're at on the gun in the dark.
Taurus really came out swinging with the GX4. The features that are packed into this gun, especially for the price point, are amazing.
So at a MSRP of $468.18, street price is anywhere between $307 to $479 for the T.O.R.O. version. I've seen the non-Toro version as low as $250, $279, depending on who's got it on sale and so on.
You're getting a lot more gun for that price point. I mean, the fact that, honestly, the trigger on this is one of the best that I've seen, especially on the micro compacts. It's very crisp. Along with that, like you mentioned, the grip texturing is great. The fact that it has serrations in the optics plate system. These are features that you're gonna find on a much more expensive gun. And they didn't just phone it in. I mean, they really thought this out. This is a really, really well put together and thought out pistol.
Well, even to go as far as, you know, saying it's thought out, to go as far as using 43 pattern sights, that brought instant aftermarket to this gun.
Absolutely.
Now, speaking of aftermarket, they do make aftermarket barrels and other accessories for this gun, so it does have that aftermarket support if you want to do a threaded barrel with a comp on this. I shot this gun well and accurate. The reset was crisp and easy. That 90-degree trigger is really nice. Like I said, the grip texture on it really made that gun want to stick in my hand when other micro compacts kind of want to jump out at times. The front and rear cocking serrations, wish they were a little bit deeper, but they're just enough to get that side cocked back. Now, we did run this during testing with the Holosun optic, which mounted super easy to the gun. It was easy to install. It took all about 5 minutes.
Especially for an EDC gun, this thing is great to shoot. The texturing is awesome. Again, I can't say enough good things about the trigger that comes on this gun. It is honestly one of the best stock triggers that I've seen in quite a while, especially for an EDC gun. The fact that the optics plate system works so well, like you said, sometimes it can be kind of finicky to get those things mounted up. This was really simple and it worked great. The recoil on it is comparable to a lot of other EDC guns on the market. And again, it's a great gun to shoot.
Now, Kurt, comes to the really big question that we always ask. Would you buy it?
Absolutely not. So here's the thing, and again, I need to be honest about it. The gun itself is great. There's nothing wrong with this gun, and they really did a great job with the features and everything on it. Honestly, the reason that I personally wouldn't buy it, I just can't shoot this gun well. I don't know. I was struggle busting, man.
Oh yeah. Well, here's my take. I would buy this. I want this gun. I love this gun, and it really got me rethinking my carry option for the 365, which is crazy because, you know, I am talking about replacing my SIG with a Taurus product.
I like this gun, like in the hand, better than the 365. I really do. I want this gun. And again, I think if you guys, I think we've all seen that. There's just some guns that you or I or whoever can personally shoot better than others. For me, unfortunately, this one doesn't quite work for me in shooting, but everything else about it, I really like it.
Yeah, and it was weird because my experience is totally different than yours. I could shoot this gun really well. I ran it well. I ran it fast. I was able to get quick follow-up shots. You know, the grip texture, everything about it just screams, you know, a great EDC gun. Yeah, I could see this being like one of those things where I could add to my carry rotation, or even just one of those things like for $279 for the non-optics cut, to throw it into like a tackle box or something that, you know, you take and you don't, maybe if it fell in a lake while I was fishing.
Are you talking about a boating accident?
I'm always talking about a boating accident.
Okay,
But it's one of those things like if it gets damaged, if it gets scratched, if something happens to it, it's not a $500 gun. And again, guns are tools, so guns are meant to get scratched. But there's a lot of people out there who get really, really angry when there's a scratch on their gun. Where I'm like, okay, if it's a collector's piece, I'm a little angry. If it's this,
right,
or like the SIG or any of the other ones, I'm like, it's a scratch. It's a story to it. I would actually take this and run a class with it, and just see like this, the reliability, running 1200 rounds through it, no malfunctions on my end. You know, the option to go 2 back straps. This is the bigger of the two. We shot it mostly with the smaller of the two. It felt really comfortable. You know, passing this around the office, there's a lot of guys who are like, oh, I could see myself buying one of these because of the price point. I'm gonna have to tell you, you're wrong. This is what.
Well, and I think the other way I would put this though is, this is kind of one of those learning experiences in that there's a big difference between, you know, dry firing a gun, being either in the store or whatever, you know, like with your friends, and actually shooting it, you know?
So what you're saying, Kurt, like, gun can feel great.
Right.
Trigger can feel great. And then you go to the range and you've got this high expectations and you're disappointed. Because it's not what you thought it would be at the end of the day.
And again, it's not that it's not anything to do with features or the gun itself. It's just that we're not compatible, and I think that's a big piece of it. And it is. If you're looking to buy a gun, especially if it's your carry gun, go rent one and try them out. You know, figure out what works best for you. You know, I have no qualms with this gun in any way, other than maybe it's just not for me. So at the end of the day, am I a buyer? And the answer is sadly no. Would I suggest this gun to other people? Absolutely, 100%.
But Kurt, you're one of the few people who said they wouldn't want to buy this gun. And one of our good friends, Mike from Tactical Considerations, loves this gun. So if you want some more in-depth reviews on this, go check out his review as well, because Mike did a really good job of explaining this gun. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a buyer, you're not.
I wish I was. I really do. I wish I was.
So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Guys, let us know what you think in the comments.
And thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.